northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Nolan, Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in SciCam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16.
Good evening. Some water customers of PG&W may see lower water bills.
But there's a catch. Newswatch 16's Bob Reynolds is live in our newsroom now with an exclusive report. Bob?
Well, Karen, about 2,000 families and businesses could have their water bills slashed. No one's really sure by how much. Pennsylvania Gas and Water Company says it's willing to do this for people who have dirty water. So dirty, it can't be used for anything. But the president of Pennsylvania Gas and Water Company, Glenn Gooch, wants something in return. A piece of a rate hike, which the Public Utility Commission rejected on April 24th.
If we are successful in having the commission reconsider and grant us some form of rate relief, then we certainly would not oppose some sort of credit for those people who are receiving chronic water problems.
The PUC said that PG&W didn't deserve to get more money for its water because of 2,000 customer complaints. Glenn Gooch says 138,000 PG&W customers do get clean water, and the company needs the money. Gooch also admits that people don't trust the utility, but hopes to change that.
I think the image can be improved, and I think it will turn around, and the primary way that's going to turn around is by giving good service.
PG&W's public relations problems began in 1983. 250,000 families and businesses in Luzerne and Lackawanna counties were forced to boil their water for a time. A parasite, the Giardia cyst, invaded parts of the water supply, and some say it was PG&W's fault. Now, that boil order has been lifted, and although PG&W's image is still tarnished, as the utility admits, the company has hired a specialist to get the company's message out to you, its customers. As far as that rate hike is concerned, the Public Utility Commission will likely take a look at it, of PG&W's appeal, 1 week from tomorrow.
A Philadelphia area company is recalling some children's car seats because they may not protect a child in a car accident. Action 16 tells us that Graco Children's Products is recalling its model GT1000 car seats. 62,000 of them have been sold. Government tests show the car seat's safety latch does not always close properly, and in a high-speed crash, the seat could break or be thrown around the car. A company spokesman tells Action 16 that Graco learned about the problem back in January, but did not alert stores until last week, and consumers were not told until today. The company says it needed time to come up with a modification kit. You can get one free by calling Graco Collect at area code 215-286-5951. When Newswatch 16 continues, we'll tell you why a former president is in town.
Plus, we'll tell you about a controversy in Wyoming County, and it has to do with the trees that grace the streets of Tunkhannock.
Not going on Video Queen 1984.
Mazola margarine tastes too good for words.
Teenagers are the victims of over 2,000 violent crimes by strangers every day. You can help stop it. Learn to protect yourself and your friends. Find out more. Write them at Ruff.CrimeDog and help take out the fight out of crime.
Nice to see the green of trees. Weather Watch next with our Chief Meteorologist, Tom Clark.
I think the trees can use a drink of water.
I think they could, too. A lot of fields are dry. The farmers are praying for some rain. Kind of look like that way all day today, the cloud cover overhead. I'll show you what's coming in from the west later on this week when we come back. But now I'll say that you're watching Newswatch 16 on WNEP. And we're proud to serve Dixon and all of Wyoming County.
Where does great beer taste come from? It comes from way up here, from the north, from the rich heart of Canada. Because this is where the taste of Black Label was born. Rich, full body, and now brewed right here in America with the crisp, fresh taste of Canada. That's where the taste of Black Label comes from. Enjoy Black Label. Great Canadian heritage at a great American price.
Dear Subaru, I've driven my Subaru on a mail route in northern Minnesota for 5 years through some of the worst blizzards, and I'm happy to say that it's never let me down once. Well, once I got a flat tire, but that don't count. Anyway, people around here really appreciate getting their mail on time. Except when it's a bill, then they wish I still drove my Studebaker.
Of all cars in America, Subaru is second only to Mercedes in customer satisfaction.
You know what your problem is, Eric?
Alice?
You're 43 years old, and you still eat cold pizza and donuts for breakfast.
So that's it.
All that sugar, all those preservatives.
Should I try Nutri-Grain?
Delicious Nutri-Grain. Only the whole grain with no preservatives and no sugar added.
Goodbye.
Oh, wait. Does this mean you love me?
Yes.
Kellogg's Nutri-Grain cereal.
Well, we saw a lot of clouds out there today, but I didn't see any sprinkles yet, Tom.
Not yet, Karen. They've been around the state today, widely scattered, but with the cloud cover, it's kind of cool out back this evening with temperatures across the state now in the 60s and the 50s. But there's some alto stratus clouds overhead. Let's check some of those temperatures now across the area. My weather watcher, Nancy Slezak in Weatherly, checks in with 56. And Chris Ubansky out there in Center County and State College, 52. Man, that's cool. And Neil Weiser in Bloomsburg checks in with a slightly warmer 66 close to the house this evening. In our backyard, cloudy, breezy, 65 at this hour. Humidity 38%, the winds in the southeast at 12, gusting to 20 at times, and the barometer is at 30.2 inches of mercury this evening. High temperature is only 67 here today. It didn't feel too bad for a while. A few peaks of sun earlier this morning. 46 the low last night, 87 way back in 1907. At a year ago today, a nice day, high 77 degrees. And a view there today of the dogwoods in bloom in Tunkhannock. Okay, satellite view, this just in. Coming in from the west this evening, a weak front. Right about here, it's going to get weaker as it approaches the state. Just a few showers with it this evening, and so as it moves on through later tonight and tomorrow, we do stand the risk of some light rain, but nothing heavy overnight tonight. The Mid-Valley High School band is heading down to Virginia Beach tomorrow, and they can expect a chance of some rain Friday and again Sunday with daytime highs close to 80. Nighttime lows only about 60, so you won't need much of a coat down there. Storm system up here. You can see a swirl of clouds. That's heading up towards eastern Canada. And another storm out here. It's a potent storm system bringing down quite a bit of cold air out of western Canada. The nation's coldest temperature today, 21 in McCall, Idaho. Now, the front out ahead of this storm will be moving through over the weekend, and that'll bring us a chance of rain. I think better chance on Sunday than Saturday as we see it now. Latest radar image, look at that, one little shower there over the mountains of southern Pennsylvania. A few more showers down to the south and up to the north and out to the west. And again, your backyard may get a light sprinkle overnight tonight, but again, under a tenth of an inch of rain the next 24 hours. It'll stay cloudy overnight. 49 the morning low in Waymart. Ashley 52. Rosetto 50 for the overnight low tonight. I'm calling for about 52 in Hummel's Wharf. Chance of a shower out there. And Roaring Branch 50 overnight tonight. Cool evening. And the winds out of the southeast 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's the sunrise time for tomorrow, and that will occur at 5:45 behind the clouds. And the sunset tomorrow at 8:15. Overnight, chance of a shower, 52 here, up to about 70 tomorrow. Again, a gray sky with a few bright spots mixed in, a little bit of sun. Again, the risk of a light shower. And then on Friday, a better chance of some showers, especially later in the day into Friday night. The high then by about 75, and then touching about 80 the temperature on Saturday. A little bit of sunshine, a very warm day, and then Sunday, a cold front. It may be a good thunderstorm to wet down the pavement a bit. And my backyard.
Yes, and mine, and Karen.
Yeah,
and Tim.
Dry everywhere.
Thanks, Tom.
Right, Tom?
The Sports Watch is next with Tim Carlson, and a nasty day for Mario Andretti at Indianapolis.
Plus part 3 of our Men Behind the Mic series. Today, Chris Wheeler of the Phillies.
If you could see what I see, you'd come to New York State this summer. If you could play where I'll play, If you could enjoy what I'll enjoy. If you could read what I'll read. You'll come to New York State this summer.
For a free I Love New York vacation guide, call 1-800-524-2466.
Your Quality Plus Ford dealers present the Performance Plus Sweepstakes. We're dealing on the best-built American cars with no price increase. Cars like Ford Tempo. This special edition Tempo LX comes equipped with free automatic transmission. Every Tempo has low 7.9 annual percentage rate financing. And you get a 3-year unlimited mileage powertrain warranty. Plus, you can enter to win this new Escort EXC. Test drive Tempo today and be sure to enter the EXC Sweepstakes. Only at your participating Quality Plus Ford dealer.
Let's go.
I can't. I gotta cut the grass.
Oh. Maybe tomorrow will start.
It'll start. Come here, I'll show you.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Toro introduces the 2-year starting guarantee. Your new GTS engine will start on the first or second pull for 2 years, or Toro will fix it free.
Hey, Eddie. You hear that? Come here. Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Save up to $50 on the new Toro GTS 2-cycle motors at these Toro dealers.
Nice to see those men behind the mics with the Phillies, Tim. That's a nice series you're running.
That's a great job, and they're multi-talented people. There's no doubt about that. Back into the Phillies broadcast booth one last time today in our Men Behind the Mic series of reports. John Evans introduces us to a man who's noted for observing the finer points of a baseball game. Harry Callis and Richie Ashburn call him Wheels, and you know him as color commentator Chris Wheeler.
The story behind Chris Wheeler's move into the Phillies broadcast booth is a strange one. He was working in the Phillies public relations department 9 years ago when By Sam retired. That's when he got his chance.
They kind of threw me in there on radio as a color man and said, let's see what happens. You travel with a team, you know the game, you don't sound like Mickey Mouse. Maybe you can do it, and it worked, and it's been the greatest thing that's ever happened to me, John.
I started that game in Pittsburgh when they got, I think the Pirates got 8 or 9 in that game, 5 of them in 1 inning, and it has continued.
Wheeler now splits time between the community relations department, which he heads, and the Phillies broadcast booth. Wheeler's job when he gets in here in the booth is to be a color man. Now, you'd think that a guy who hasn't played a lot of baseball in his career, a color man? Well, Wheeler says he has a different way of looking at it.
See, in my opinion, baseball is the 60 feet 6 inches between the pitcher and the batter. That's where it all happens. You understand why he threw this pitch, because he's going to get to here eventually to get a guy out, and how he got there. I think you understand a great bit about our game, and that's one thing that I've always had a comprehension of, and I don't know why.
This time he took a different approach and got him 0-2 with fastballs. 0-2 fastball that time, right through the middle. So, you see the same guy hurt you twice, 0-2, and that's got to hurt.
Wheeler is now an established part of the broadcast team. It was a big jump, and there were some tough times when he first began. But he has overcome the biggest obstacle.
The hardest thing for me was credibility at the beginning, because I think people thought, who in the heck is this guy? I mean, how can he sit in there and talk about it? I used to get those kind of letters, and they stopped real fast. And that is the main thing of when people tell me that I know what I'm talking about, and also when the players tell you that.
John Evans, Sports Watch 16, Veterans Stadium, Philadelphia.
By the way, as we wrap up the Phil's part of our series, don't think we forgot about announcer Andy Musser. He was unavailable during their stay in Philadelphia. Andy was in Milwaukee broadcasting the 76ers playoff game. Monday, Al the Oxenrider lets us meet the Mets broadcast team. Well, announcers in last night's Seattle-Milwaukee game got to describe one of baseball's unusual occurrences, a triple play. It happened in the first inning. Milwaukee's Cecil Cooper up at the plate, and he grounds the ball to first baseman Alvin Davis. The throw to second for the fourth. That's 1 out. The relay to first pulled the pitcher off the bag. He throws to the catcher, who will catch Randy Reddy in a rundown. He'll tag him out. Now gun the throw to the second baseman, and that's 3 outs right there, and that's the triple play. That's all right. No triple play in today's action that I know of, but let's check the scores anyway. There you see the Dodgers over St. Louis 8-3. San Francisco beat Chicago 11-3. And one game in the American League, it was Oakland 9 and Toronto 4. Practice continues at Indy for the May 25th 500 that you can see live for the first time ever here on Channel 16. Today's practice proved to be tough on Mario Andretti and his car. There's the Nazareth, Pennsylvanian's Lola crashing into the wall. Witnesses say something appeared to let go on the right rear of the car, sending it spinning into the third turn wall. Andretti taken to Methodist Hospital for x-rays and observation after suffering a cut to his left heel and bruised knees. The front of his Lola sheared away, the right front suspension left dangling. Andretti going more than 200 miles per hour and skidding 480 feet before the crash. This car qualified Andretti in the middle of the second row for the race. If it can't be repaired, Andretti will have to qualify his backup car this weekend to be in the race. Glad to say, though, that Mario from nearby Nazareth is A-OK. Back on the update with Yanks, Bills, and Mets highlights, of course. Okay, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. The beauty of a craft fair is next on Newswatch 16.
We'll show you what one crafty senior citizen does with something most of us toss out or give to the dog.
Now through May 31st, your Northeast Nissan dealers are celebrating Major Motion Selling Days. 1987 Nissan hardbodies are in major motion towards you. A major selection in colors and styles, plus major savings and financing as low as 6.7%. Major Motion Selling Days. Visit Larry Heron Williamsport, Bradley Lawless Scranton, and Fred Schuler Wilkes-Barre.
Whenever you need us, we'll be there.
Finally, tonight, some senior citizens in Lackawanna County live by the motto, if you can't find it here, ask for it and we'll make it for you. They're talking about the Senior Craftsman Shop on Wyoming Avenue in downtown Scranton. It's a non-profit gift shop run for and by senior citizens for about 6 years now. Inside, they're having an open house today to let people know what they can find here. Just about anything you want, made by about 350 craftsmen and women from the area. The shop is open Monday through Saturday in the basement at 232 Wyoming Avenue in Scranton. Newswatch 16's Mark Annick says you'll be amazed at how one craftsman makes treasures out of trash.
If you're like me, you look at a soup bone and see just that, a soup bone. But Michael Zircott of Scranton looks at that same bone and sees something beautiful, and then he starts to carve and file.
How did you learn? Did you read a book?
No, nothing. Just from my own imagination.
Michael's been using his imagination to carve soup bones for the last 5 years. When his imagination and his hands finish with this, it will be a cross. He's also carved shamrocks, a camel, and this pair of skis.
Now, bone doesn't shine, but you'll notice that this finished piece does. It's even soft and smooth to the touch. Michael gets it that way by using sandpaper or even cleanser to smooth it out. He can even rub it with his thumb to get a nice polished finish. But before a piece can be polished, there's lots of filing to be done.
It takes anywhere from 3 days to a week to finish a piece. It also takes patience.
As you're working, you have to look. You have to look to see how is it coming. Is it too much on one side or not enough? Or 5 more away here or 5 more away there?
Michael Zircott has sold many pieces over the last 5 years, but he says he keeps going because he loves it. And because he loves it, he's going to keep filing and carving for as long as he can. Mark Annick, Newswatch 16, Scranton.
Nice-looking treasures.
Nice. And that is Newswatch 16 for this Wednesday.
Be sure to join us tonight on The Update, where we'll be telling you why one school district in our area is giving random blood tests to its students.
World News Tonight is next with a look at what the government does with the money it gets from drug busts.
For the team, thanks for joining us.
Enjoy your evening.